Previously on the My Thoughts series.
I really enjoyed playing this game for you guys, and as long as I'm still able to make videos, you can expect even more videos of video games in the future. Tiny Toon Adventures. Remember downloading this? This game is awful. It's one of the worst. I can't believe someone could actually mess up the adventure game genre this badly.
Look, buddy, I know you're nervous.
Yeah, you think?
You don't have to worry. I'm telling you, this guy is the best animated repairman on the planet.
Yeah, well, that'll depend on if you can get my computer fixed, now won't it?
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I looked into it. Apparently, this guy used to work on the servers for Toontown. I wonder why he doesn't do that anymore.
Well, I went through every possibility. I looked at the circuitry, ran a diagnostic scan, ran a not diagnostic scan, and after all of that, I think I finally found the root of the problem.
That's great! What do I gotta do to fix it?
Well, I've determined that your computer has a ton of viruses on it. Something wrong?
We already knew that, dude.
Yeah, that's why we called you here in the first place, so we can figure out how to get rid of the viruses.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense.
So how do I get rid of them?
Oh, right, of course, silly me. You can't.
Really? There's nothing you can do to fix it?
Nope, your computer's gone forever.
And we're just going to roll with that statement? You're not even going to try to do anything?
Pretty much. So if you could sign here telling me all of your billing information, this point will cost exactly $200 in cash.
I'm not paying you.
Sorry?
No, you didn't even do your job. All you did was tell me information that I already knew. I'm not paying you for doing nothing.
You're right. How rude, man. I'm so sorry. How about I lower the price to $100 and I give you a free sticker that says, "Cheer up, champ."
You're not getting my money. Not unless you do something to fix my computer.
But I told you, nothing can be done about it. The viruses have spread at an alarming rate. You can't even turn on the computer without a blue screen 5 seconds later. It's completely out of my control now. Sorry. Oh, by the way, if you want to send the money through the mail, maybe with a check...
Will you get out of here?
Right, bad time. I'll shut up now.
Ugh. That's thousands of dollars down the drain thanks to that.
I'm sorry, buddy. Hey, I think some of the programs that you used to use are on Mom's computer.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could make do with that.
Okay, well, there's always your sister's computer. Maybe she could let you use hers. Well, there's always the iPad. Huh. I had no idea that an iPad could get a blue screen.
Look, Dad. I know you're trying to help, and I appreciate that and all, but it's time to face the facts. My Skype friends, my videos, my internet days are pretty much done.
Oh, that's not true. Come on. You don't really think that way, do you? Look, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, okay? We'll get you a new computer and then we'll...
Yeah, and then what? Have that computer bite the dust as well? I don't know if you realize this, but there's been some strange things going on around here lately. The viruses, the short circuits, just within a matter of seconds, all of the remaining electrical devices in this house are now completely unusable. Something or someone wants me to stay away from the internet, and unless we can figure out who or what's doing it, I don't think we can stop it.
Hey, listen. I know that you're worried about this guy, and he said that there's nothing you can do about the viruses on your computer. But I'm not convinced. I know there's something we can do about the situation. Once that happens, you're not going to have to worry about whoever or whatever's doing this anymore.
And if we can't? No chance of winning? What's the point of even fighting? Oh.
Thanks for letting me use your bathroom. I mean, I know I didn't ask, but trust me, you'll be glad I didn't.
Hold up. Don't leave just yet.
Sir, I told you, there's nothing I can do about your son's computer.
Maybe there is.
Oh gosh, I thought I burned these. Is this working? Is it on? Is it working? Yes! I did it! Got through my YouTube channel. Alright, so, hey guys, Gamemaster468 here, and I'm reporting to you live through my emergency camera. Now this has very limited battery power, so I don't have much time. Last video ended kinda abruptly, what with the virus that my computer got thanks to the Tiny Toons game, and I've been going nuts trying to fix it. I'd love to tell you guys all about it, but I would say this battery only has enough power to last for one more video, so I gotta make this count. And what better way to spend our time than by doing a review? But this is no ordinary review, my friends. No. This is a special kind of review. Today I'm going to be looking at some of my old videos.
Hello everyone, Gamemaster468.
No, not that. Older than that. Yeah.
Believe it or not, I've been doing videos for a lot longer than it seems. You see, these were videos I made before my YouTube channel even existed. Heck, even older than that, this was before YouTube even existed. Well, okay, 1 year before YouTube was made, but it's still old. So, yeah, I made these types of videos for a good few years, and these were nothing like the kinds of videos I make nowadays. They weren't walkthroughs or top 10s or reviews or any of that. In fact, most of these videos weren't even gaming related. You see, this was kind of like a television series, you know, a series with storylines and characters, things like that.
Now, obviously the show wasn't anywhere close to the quality of videos that I make nowadays, considering I didn't have access to any sort of editing software back then, but I was still able to create some fairly decent content with what I had, with a bit of creativity thrown in there. In the later episodes. Not so much in the older ones.
You see, the characters in my show consisted completely out of some old toys that I had as a kid. These were the characters that would show up the most throughout my show, and even though they went by the same names, each character had a completely different personality than what they had in their original shows, movies, or games.
And being the creative 10-year-old that I was when I first started the series, you could probably guess they came with some really creative personalities. I mean, just look, we have the absent-minded comic relief who can't do anything right, the grouchy neighbor, the crazy party animal, the guy who's obsessed with money, and the normal guy. So original, right? I mean, how in the world did I even come up with these? In all seriousness, I was still very young when I made this series, so obviously a lot of these episodes aren't going to be very good. Which is exactly why we should make fun of how bad it is. This is my old series simply called The BooBoo Show. Why is it called The BooBoo Show? Well, because my nickname is BooBoo. Yeah, I thought you'd laugh, yeah. Probably for the best that my computer got destroyed. There's no way I'll be able to show my face on the internet after this. But, hey, on the bright side, that's just my nickname that I told you guys. You still don't know what my real name is. Anyways, I delayed this long enough. It's finally time to see where my love for video making all started. So without further ado, let's go ahead and watch The BooBoo Show.
Well, here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the very first episode of The BooBoo Show. I gotta say, I'm getting quite a bit of nostalgia right off the bat from seeing this. Seeing my old room, old toys that I'm pretty sure I don't have anymore. It's just great. And look, it's 10-year-old me. Hi, 10-year-old me. Aw, wasn't I cute? So the very first episode, believe it or not, is actually a Halloween special. Yep, this episode was recorded the day before Halloween. Quite an interesting day to start a new series, if I do say so myself. So, Mini-Me, what kind of crazy Halloween plot are we going to be getting into in this episode?
We join you on a perilous tour of Halloween.
Oh, okay, apparently we're going on a tour in this episode.
If you come this way, you can find a perilous journey of our imagination.
Huh?
Follow these steps.
Wait, what? I thought this was a tour. What? Screwdriver? What? That's not a screwdriver, that's a wrench. What? I don't... What's happening right now? I thought this was supposed to be a tour.
In the world's a world. There's a danger beneath your heart.
What?
But remember, what you need is inside you.
Literally, what are you talking about?
What on earth is going on?
It's dance!
Now it's a dance party? What? I don't even know what's going on right now.
I'll see you tomorrow, and I hope you had a good day.
Well, my day is a little less great after watching that. What the heck did I just watch?
Okay, for those of you who didn't follow that entire episode, well, that's completely understandable because that episode made no sense! What happened? What was I doing? What was the plot? Was there even a plot at all? Nothing in this episode makes any sense. The only time this episode ever ends up returning to reality was when my sister showed up and we started fighting over the camera. I mean, I guess you could call this the prototype episode for the BooBoo Show because none of the episodes after this went out like this. The rest of the episodes actually have a plot and characters and actually stays focused for the entire episode. Usually. I don't even know what this episode is even about. And that's really saying something considering the fact that I'm the one who made this. It's just so weird. It's like a twisty, morphing wormhole of logic. I mean, just look at some of these scenes.
What did you have here already? I'm doing a show here.
What the heck was that?
What did you have here already? I'm doing a show here.
Is that one of my multiple personalities yelling at me or something? I mean, it just comes out of nowhere, and it literally never gets explained in the entire episode. It's so dumb. You're dumb. Shut up! I'm in no mood for you today.
But hey, at least it's not all bad. At least Mini-Me is teaching kids the importance of tool safety by using his amazing acting skills.
Ah!
Ah, man. This is just one big enjoyable mess of confusion. And trust me, I could go on about this one episode all day, but I think we're forgetting. My emergency camera has very short battery life, so we don't have time to just sit around and laugh at just one episode. We have 3 seasons of this show to cover, so we need to step it up. Now, obviously I'm not going to be talking about every single episode I ever made of this series. I mean, if I did, we'd be here all day. No, what I'm going to be doing is review one episode from each season. These are going to be the episodes I feel best represents that particular season. Or, in Season 1's case, show how bad the season is. Because Season 1 of the BooBoo show is awful. I mean, it's really bad. And not the funny kind of bad either. These episodes were just painful to sit through. I couldn't get through a good chunk of these episodes in just one sitting. They were that bad. A whole lot of the season is just... well, how about I just show you? The very first episode we're going to be looking at today is called... bagel? Beginning, it's beginning, okay. The beginning of the end? Okay, jeez. Sorry, old footage kinda makes things hard to read sometimes. Okay, so the Season 1 episode we're gonna be looking at is called The Beginning. Of the end! So this episode is a bit of an origin story of sorts, and I use the term origin story very loosely here because aside from maybe one scene, all the characters still act like they've known each other for years. Allow me to demonstrate. The episode begins with me talking to the audience for some reason.
Hey, who are you? Tell me your names.
No, get away from me, you creep! Oh no. What have I done? I've created a time paradox by destroying my past self. Its history is twisting and changing. Everything I've ever done in life is being undone. Because I was never born, then that means I never made the BooBoo show. Which means I never started making videos. And if I never start making videos, then that means my YouTube channel doesn't exist. And if my YouTube channel doesn't exist, then that means this video doesn't exist.
This is when we first met. Even my friends. We first met too, and we didn't quite get along.
That's not the plot of this episode at all. Also, if you're wondering why I'm talking to the audience like this, I have no idea. It's not one of those preschool educational shows where the characters are all like, which one of these is a rectangle? No, this is your standard action-adventure series where the characters have to face villains and whatnot. Yet, despite that, for some reason I thought it would be a good idea to mix audience interaction in this first season. Now, to Mini-Me's credit, I did actually try to add a different spin to the audience interaction, by not asking them stupid questions like, can you find the only stinking circle in this category? But instead, sometimes have them actually get involved with the main plot of the episode. For example, there's an episode where my character has to solve a mystery. A good chunk of that episode was going around and interrogating suspects about where... It's gotta be... where the Thanksgiving turkey is. I Can't believe I'm showing everyone all this. So it starts out with me asking the suspects some questions, then after that, the audience gets to ask the suspects some questions. And it's not like I do the voices of the audience either. When the audience needs to speak, it's completely silent so they can actually speak. So they're free to ask any question they want. It's a neat little idea, but unfortunately it's completely ruined due to the fact that the characters usually give a straight answer. So if you really wanted to, you could just go,
Go ahead, ask them some questions.
Okay, did you steal the Thanksgiving turkey?
Well, yes, but I don't
Lock
see...
him up.
and on top of it not being executed very well, it just doesn't fit in with this kind of show. It's an action-adventure series. There is no reason for this audience interaction to be here. Now, I do eventually move away from this idea by the time Season 2 came around, so thankfully this isn't an issue that's prominent through the whole series. I do see the idea that I was going for, and I do kinda like the idea, but for this kind of show, it just doesn't work. But anyways, back to the episode. After I continued to not notice that I forgot to zoom the camera back out, I proceed to get the characters together that I probably should have gotten together before starting to record the episode.
So I eventually come back, and I bring pens along. Yeah, what?
Stop that! You are made attacks! I'm so sorry. Can you forgive me? Please forgive me. Here, let me... I'll set you up. We... And then, it's nuts. They're very, strange. And...
Gosh, okay, I know we're barely even in this episode, but this is another problem with the season. The dialogue is so slow. And I know why that is too, because I never really planned out how the episode was going to go before actually recording it. I just hit record and hoped that joke ideas would just magically pop into my head. And, as you can probably guess, that doesn't really work very well. Because what ends up happening instead is me dragging out the dialogue as long as possible so I can think of what to say next. Do you have any idea how annoying that is? I mean, can you imagine if all of my new reviews were like this?
Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at, Avatar: The Last Airbender, Season 1. It's good, it's good. It has a lot of,
And these scenes just go on, and on, and on! Say something! Ugh. So, Tak and Party Boy show up, and yes, I know his name is actually Good Juju, but that name is kinda lame, so I'm calling him Party Boy, and we officially begin the origin story of the episode.
My name's BooBoo. What's yours? I'm Tak. I'm Party Boy. Let's party. See why you call him so Party Boy?
And that's it! No, seriously, that's the whole origin story. They just go, hi, I'm a character, and then they carry on like they've known each other their whole lives. But does the episode end there? Nope. It just keeps going like a normal, everyday episode of a Season 1 BooBoo Show episode. You know what's funny about this? I think me actually forgot that this episode even existed, because I actually ended up doing another origin story episode in Season 3. And it was actually done better. There is no reason for this episode to be an origin story episode. You could have the characters already know each other straight from the beginning, and this episode would be exactly the same. You know that line I said at the beginning of this episode about how we apparently didn't get along? Well, apparently I was talking about Pins over here, because he's seriously the only jerk in this episode. Remember when he flipped the camera over earlier? Well, he apparently does this to every stranger he sees, because... I don't know, he left a stranger danger switch turned on or something? Now, I'll admit when he attacked the camera at the beginning, I did think it was kinda funny, but he keeps doing this to all of the main characters like every 2 minutes, so it makes the joke become really stale incredibly quickly, which is another problem that Season 1 has. Gee, this joke I just did was mildly funny the first time. Maybe if I keep hammering in that exact same joke every 2 minutes, it'll somehow become even more funny. Yeah, let's do it. I can't possibly see how this can become annoying. Gosh, can't we just have something interesting happen in this episode? Jeez!
Dying!
Whoa, what?
Okay, well, this episode certainly got dark fast.
So, yeah, Pins actually beats up Tak so badly that he's actually at the risk of dying. But, hey, on the bright side, at least I finally realized I was too close to the screen. That didn't take too long. I mean, it only took me 10 minutes. Anyway, BooBoo and Party Boy decide to visit Tak at the hospital, where it seems like Tak's about to say his dying words. Mini-Me, he's down there. His bed is over here, Mini-Me. Mini-Me, look down. Look down. Look down. There you go! So Tak tries to hang in there for a while longer so he can finish his final words. Until eventually, he can take it no more. He fades away and dies. Even though apparently Mini-Me can hear his heart beating, so I guess he's just sleeping. He's death sleeping. But that doesn't matter now, because Tak's heart eventually stops beating. Which means he's finally dead for good. Or he just magically comes back to life for no reason.
How many fingers must
That's weird, but you know what? That doesn't matter. If he's alive, then that means we must be getting close to the end of the episode by now, right?
How many fingers? But I can't even breathe. I think I'm done for good.
Then how are you talking to them right now? Where's the logic in all of this? How is he dying and coming back to life constantly like this? You're kind of ruining the suspense by doing this, you know. Is he going to live, or is he going to die? I don't know, but I prefer it if you would just pick one already! Suddenly, Doc Ock, who was originally the show's main antagonist, decided to show up to crash the party. See what I did there? Tak, I guess, tries to stand up to Doc Ock. Not sure he could have done that in his current state. What's he gonna do, spit in his eye or something? But Doc Ock ends up attacking Tak, worsening his injuries.
He's dead.
You're sure this time? You sure? Okay. So after that, BooBoo and Party Boy decide
We
to...
have met each other for just a short time. He's gone. He's gone.
Let me guess, he comes back again? And then dies again. This is gonna be an endless cycle, isn't it? There is no ending to this episode, is there? He's just gonna keep dying and coming back, and dying and coming back. Can we just get a resolution to this problem? Please? I don't even care how stupid the resolution is by this point. Can we just have something, anything, to finally end this complete mess of an episode?
Kiss him.
Hello! This suddenly became more interesting. Okay, this is probably going to be the most embarrassing moment of my entire life, but I don't even care at this point. This is probably the most entertaining part of the episode. I think a part of me just died inside.
Well, on the bright side, at least Tak gives the appropriate reaction. So Tak finally fully recovers, Pins promises not to beat up random people for no reason, and we end this completely pointless episode that accomplished absolutely nothing. And that basically sums up the entire season, really. Aside from maybe 1 or 2 episodes that actually tries to stick to a consistent plot, most of these episodes just don't serve any real purpose. Just from seeing this one episode, you get a pretty good idea what the entire season's like. The storylines, confused and unfocused. The characters, inconsistent personalities. The jokes? They're practically non-existent in this season. Nearly every joke I make in the season that's mildly funny ends up being completely ruined due to the fact that I keep reusing it every 2 minutes in the same episode. And other times there are moments where I'm trying to make a joke, but it just ends up going absolutely nowhere. This season's just full of bad episodes, bad jokes, bad plot lines. It's just a bad season.
But, with that said, do I regret making this season? Well, no, of course not. It got me my start in making videos, so of course I don't regret making this. And besides, it was just the first season of the show, so obviously it wasn't going to be very good. I once heard someone say, if you want to make good videos, you have to start out by making bad videos first. And that's true. When you're first starting out, your first few videos are most likely not going to be very good. It's just gonna happen. It's part of the natural process of making something like this. But as bad as your first videos may be, that won't matter in the end as long as you learn from mistakes and continue to improve upon them. As long as you keep learning and keep trying to improve, you will eventually get better. So with all that said, did I learn from Season 1? Is Season 2 any better?
Well, it's actually hard to tell, honestly, since a large chunk of Season 2 seems to be missing. I've had not 1, but 2 incidents where I accidentally taped over one of my BooBoo show tapes that had some of the Season 2 episodes on them. One incident back in 2006 or 7, and another one that happened very recently. Not only that, but even without those accidents, Season 2 episodes of this series is just generally difficult to find. You see, not too long after finishing Season 1 of the BooBoo show, I ended up taking a bit of a break from the series. During this time, I ended up trying out some new shows, like Spongebob Lego Pants. Which, it's exactly how it sounds. It's literally just SpongeBob, but with Legos. And nowhere near as funny. When I came back to the BooBoo show, the series went through a few changes. For one, I finally dropped the whole talking to the audience idea, and the show became a little more story-driven. I vaguely remember having some type of story arc in this season. This is something that I would later delve into further in Season 3, but for now, let's see how Mini-Me handled it in this season. Like I said though, Season 2 is much more difficult to track down since I didn't do the BooBoo show as often at the time. SpongeBob kinda took over for the longest time. And I also don't know how many Season 2 episodes are actually left, so let's just pop in one of the earlier tapes from that time period and just pick the first episode that comes up. We're going to be looking at the new archenemy, which doesn't have a title card because the episode begins with BooBoo on the totally real, not a toy computer.
What are you doing? I'm looking for a new archenemy. What's wrong with the one you already have?
No, Ted. I think the question you should be asking is, why do you want a new one? And more importantly, why is there an entire website dedicated to finding archenemies? Seriously, he spends the entire episode on this site, which I'm assuming is supposed to be kind of like those online dating websites, which... well, that's actually kind of funny now that I think about it, but still, why would you want someone to try to kill you? Because, you know, whenever I go onto YouTube to try to find friends to hang out with, the first place I check is the masked murderer section of the site, because that's where all the cool kids hang out. So BooBoo ends up working the computer too hard, causing the batteries to blow up.
I'm not supposed to... what are you talking about? There are batteries right in there. What?
Oh, well, never mind then. That sequence was pointless. So Venom enters the scene, and he decides that he wants to be BooBoo's new archenemy. So he tries to tell him this.
Oh, BooBoo, I thought...
Oh, Josh! Okay, I'll admit that got a laugh out of me. My goodness, that was such an aggressive response, gosh.
So Venom keeps trying to tell BooBoo that he wants to be his new arch-enemy, but he seems to be so obsessed with his search that he doesn't appear to be listening. So hijinks ensues. And that's basically the entire episode. Nothing else really happens besides hijinks. On the bright side, the episode itself is at least really short. It's only about 10 minutes, and the hijinks starts at the halfway point, so at least this section doesn't last too long. Eventually, BooBoo accepts Venom's offer, and that's it. That's the whole episode. Yeah, that was pretty underwhelming. So yeah, based off of this episode, I would say Season 2 was pretty meh. I actually ended up finding 2 episodes from this season on this tape, and both of them pretty much got the same reaction out of me. Maybe there are some other episodes in this season that are better than this one, but considering how much digging I needed to do to even find this episode, I doubt I'll be seeing any of them anytime soon. What the heck? I don't know what's going on back there. Oh well. It doesn't matter now. We can't distract it right now. We still have 1 season of the show left to cover before this battery runs out, so let me just switch out the tapes really quick and we'll get started. The sandwich branch. It really works. Warning, some side effects may happen.
I hate you two ads.
I know, right? They're so stupid.
Yeah, hey guys, this is the super swag tutorial guru here.
Okay, here we go.
Going
Let me
to,
see your toolbox.
teach you how to do the thing, and here we go. Okay, step 1, change the blue wire from port A to port B. If your computer explodes, lots of fireworks everywhere, then that means that the situation is unfixable, no matter how hard to try, and you should probably stop now. Before we move on, I'd like to remind everyone that this tutorial was sponsored by the Sandwich branch.
There's gotta be something I can do to get rid of these viruses off Gamemaster's computer.
Hey, what about this ad asking you to upgrade your virus cleaning software? I'll bet that'll help us.
700 viruses detected.
Well, there goes my last resource, trying to do something to help out my son. Maybe he's right. Maybe there's no point in trying to fight this. Whatever it is, just simply that I'm trying to find doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's really disappointing. It's just too bad we can't just plug in this flash drive with virus cleaning software on it into your son's computer that has the ability to wipe out any kind of virus off of any computer without even needing to turn it on. That's only given to tech support guys like me. What? Sorry to end the fun early, but this episode is way too big to fit into one YouTube video. So if you want to see the conclusion to the Season 2 premiere of the My Thoughts series, then tune in next week for Part 2. Or if you're one of those cool kids watching in the future, then click on the annotation in the middle of the screen and you can watch it right now. Not to say that, people not watching in the future aren't cool. I mean, it's just future's cooler. No offense, but, past is kinda lame, man. Just saying. This is why I don't do end slate messages. Okay, I don't just... It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small world. I'm just gonna watch Part 2.